To start off with a 19mm socket, remove all 5 of your lug nuts and then take the wheel off. If your wheel is stuck on like this one, go ahead and put on a lug nut for safety and then use a rubber mallet and tap it from the backside, but always hit the tire, not the rim. You don't want to damage the rim. Remove your lug nut and take the wheel off. Start by removing this nut here with an 18mm socket. Now with a hammer right here, that's going to break the tie rod free from the knuckle. Perfect. That's free. Leave it in there still, because now with a 21mm wrench, I want to break free this jam nut here. Sometimes these are kind of stuck. There we go. Now you can take the tie rod out, and when you take it off, count the amount of turns that it takes to take it off of the inner tie rod. That way when you put it on, you know exactly how many turns you've taken it off, and it'll get you as close as possible to a decent alignment so you can drive it down to your alignment shop and get it aligned. So for me, the outer tie rod is spinning with the inner at the same time. So I'm going to grab the inner with some locking pliers, put this back in, and try to break it free like this. There we go. Now pull it back out. Do it by hand, count the amount of turns. Okay, I had just over 21 turns, so I'll remember that number. Next, I'm going to coat these threads with some anti-seize. Now take your outer tie rod, thread it on the same amount of turns that it took to take it off. Okay, well that's 21 right there. Bottom out the jam nut, take your outer tie rod, install it into the knuckle. Install your new castle nut and snug it up. Now let's torque this to 18 foot-pounds. Okay, that's tight. Next, you want to make sure that you line up the slot for the cotter pin with the castle nut, and to do that, you always want to tighten and not loosen. Put your cotter pin through and bend it over to lock it in. One last thing to do is to take your 21mm wrench and snug up this jam nut. That way everything is nice and secure. Perfect. And now straighten out the tie rod end so it's sitting perpendicular to the knuckle. Reinstall your wheel. Start on all 5 of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 100 foot-pounds.